good day, my BRBs. How's everybody doing? I had this project upstairs and I wanted to get a little bit more detail so you guys can see what I use and how I do it. Okay, so this is a pretty tray. So it goes perfect with the resin that I'm using too. So I like the art resin. So I'm going to show you up here. Here we go. Art resin. It's the best. Love it. And we talk about these different things. Safe with food, BPA. No VOCs is on point. No VOCs. I'm telling you. I come out of my art resin room not smelling like resin. So of course I have my little wipes, my cups. I like the cups, the paper ones, because I can bend it and kind of help with when you're laying the resin. Of course, I have my little wood sticks. I'm transferring to the plastic ones, and alcohol. Obviously, I need more alcohol in there, but love the alcohol. The gloves. I have my torch and my heat gun. Now, safety first. This is what I use. There's the number. You can get it off of Amazon. Take care of those lungs. And I have different colors here. The color berry I love, and I love just resin pigment paste because it goes a long way. I've had some of these for years since I just started using resin. And these are some of the whites that I use for my ocean. This one's a good one to use. So it really depends on, what the look you're looking for. But my ultimate favorite is the mermaid trash from foam white. She also has a different one too, but I like the foam white. I can't remember the name of the other one. And I've used this one too, which is really good as well. But again, we're going to be focusing on the mermaid trash today so you guys can see how it looks. So that's the one I'm using. And I've had that one for a while too. And so here you can see everything, of course, that I'm going to be using, and also the setup. So I have everything ready. I do have some little sticks underneath that because I do want my resin to flow backwards. I do not want it to come forward because we all know that resin is self-leveling and will move on you in a heartbeat. So I elevated it a little bit to make sure that my ocean waves go back and don't come up on my sand. So here, this resin is 1-for-1. Right? So, and you want to mix it about 3 minutes or so. Okay. So 1-for-1, I have my hardener and my actual resin. So you'll see it in there. We're going to mix up the two and it's going to be so nice. I love that art resin came back in because it was gone for a while. I don't know if anybody noticed it, depending on what resin you use, but I usually go off of Anna Quartz, and that's the one she used to use until for some reason it disappeared off the market. I have no clue. So here we go. It has bubbles in it. Not worried about it. It's going to come off. So here's my cups. I'm getting my colors ready. So I mixed it up really for, I guess, about 2 minutes or so. And I let it sit while I get colors ready. Remember, this pigment paste goes a long way. And I wanted to show you too, I usually wear 2 to 3 sets of gloves because if I get them dirty, that way I can change. My hands are sweaty, so I'm not trying to spend 10 minutes trying to put gloves back on. So that way I can kind of interchange them, or if it breaks because of my nails, because I do have nails, because I do love my nails. One thing here, so the wipes, alcohol, I use it if I have small colors on me. I don't want to, mix colors, especially when I'm trying to work on my clear resin. So another thing that I didn't do here while I'm mixing up these colors and showing you is whenever you're doing ocean resin art, always have 2 extra cups. The 2 extra cups is for your clear resin, and then the other one for your ocean resin, your ocean pigment paste, whichever one is you're using. But have 2 extra cups. So we have our colors here. That green one is a new color that I got. So I was really excited to use that one. So here we're going to mix up all the colors, and you'll see how good it mixes, because there's like a little bit on the stick, right? And you'll see it's going to mix up really, really nice. My cat is distracting me. He's over here with me. Okay, so if you've seen some of my videos, you've seen Kai. He's in like all my videos. Basically, I can't put him in this one because it's resin. It's dangerous for him to be in the area. So these are all the colors. And now I'm just trying to put them in order. You know how I'm going to put. So I'm going to go light to dark. So I'm setting them. I'm going to set them off to the side, underneath it, or right beside it. So when I start mixing, you'll see, or start dropping. Look, you are distracting me, Kai. He's trying to get to some treats and he's going to make too much noise. Here we go. Let me move him. So right here, I did drop a little bit of pigment paste. So I'm going to try to clean it, but I don't think it's going to come off too good. Which it came off the gloves really great. This is why I love using it. But see here, I'm trying to get it off. So now I'm going to have to lay the color a little bit higher than I was going to try to push it back a little bit, but it is what it is. It's fine. The thing about the resin is that we can, you know, do so many things with it. So here's my first color going down. So I'm doing the lighter. I'm making sure I don't mess up the edges there too. Remember, resin is self-leveling. So this is going to move back because at first I didn't think I had enough, but and this is why I'm kind of pushing it out here to see how it does. I am going to be mixing up the colors, so it doesn't really matter. Usually when I mix any kind of colors, when I'm done with my cup, I put it upside down so we can get any extra resin out too. But this color is really pretty, and that's why you kind of see it. So really depending on what you're doing, the ocean art, all the colors kind of mix together. So it just doesn't really matter. You kind of just have fun with it and do what you want. That's why it looks all over the place. But typically the white, I will keep that in a straight line until I blow it out. So just moving it around a little bit. Let's go ahead and put the second color on. So I did do 4 colors all together. Just resin. I love that. I love these colors. So these colors came out cute. I wanted to keep it a little bit lighter. And then we're going to put our dark ones on. So again, I put the cup upside down so I can get all the extra resin. I'm just kind of mixing it up here. I'll do a full mix up in a little bit. So here's the darker blue. Oh, it's gonna look so pretty. All right, and here's my 4th color. And then I'm gonna mix them up. I'm making sure not to mess up on the edges right there, because this is a beautiful tray. I can't wait to see what it's gonna look like when it's completely done, because I'm gonna put about 2 more layers on it. But you're gonna see that this technique is a little bit different from just pushing waves out. I just want to give this depth. So this is why I am mixing up the color so much. This is gonna look pretty. You can just play with it, tap it. I ended up tapping it like that at the end because I wanted it to look like it was moving around. So here's the part where a lot of people probably are waiting for. So I'm not going to try to clean these gloves here. So you'll see that, you know, I have the three gloves on, trying to get the extra resin off. And I'm just going to take those off and I'll put on another pair. And depending where I am in a project, maybe I won't put another pair. But again, I have nails, so I need to make sure they don't break through. I don't want to get that on my skin. So right here, we're placing the clear resin. So the clear resin wants to go in front of the color. Don't put it on it. You want to have like a clear little resin clear line there, like in front of the color. And you'll see, I think I'm doing a little close up here. But you'll see, yeah, there we go. So it's all in front, right? Because if you mix it, when you go to put your white, it mixes with the color. You want this kind of to slide right over. So now we're putting our mermaid trash. Now, the mermaid trash goes in front of the clear. You want to keep that one in front as well. So you want it to glide right over with the white and not mix the colors in your ocean waves. So I added some more on there. So remember, this technique is a little bit different because I'm not really focusing just on the waves. I'm focusing on moving around. Here's my heat gun because I'm making depth. So my next layer is going to be depth, just like this when I do it. And then my third layer, that's when I'm going to focus on having those little ocean, like it looks like it's coming up on the shore. So you can see how I'm blowing it out. And I'm just moving it around because, again, I just want to create depth. So I'm going to move it around. Make sure you don't hold your heat gun in an area too long because you don't want to burn your resin. So I'm just moving it out fairly quickly. I'm not trying to go over the areas too much. See how it's pushing out? Oh, this is going to look so pretty. So I'm just pushing it out, not really any kind of formation, but just kind of getting it in there. Remember, I'm heating the resin up again too, so it's going to move around even more as it sets. They do have different resins. If you want it to set fairly quick, you can buy one that has that sets within 15 minutes, but you have to be on point with those. I've used that before. It's like, woof, you got to be on point. I really like this one. It gives me about 45 minutes or so. And I want to define my line here. So after you do it, if you feel like that line is just not the way you want it to look, go back over it with some white. You're not going to do anything else with it. You're just going to go back over it with a white, make it a little bit defined. But look how pretty that looks already. That looks really, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. So remember, we're just creating depth. That's going to still move because my resin's not set yet. And I did end up putting another little piece of wood underneath it, which I think maybe was a little, I think I should have left it like that, but I was kind of worried that it was going to come forward because we have this section that's dripping here. And I didn't want to mess up my beach area. So you can see how it's kind of going over to the side. And that's because I elevated. I should have did both sides, basically. Whatever you do with one side, do it to the other side. But you can see how it's messing up on that. Not messing up, but going to that side. And it's not really going to matter because when we put our 2 other layers on, it's going to, you're not even going to notice it. But look how pretty. Look, the next day, that's what it looks like. I forgot to record that I did put a little turtle on there. So I'm going to make sure you can see it with the 2 final layers. So stick around. I'm going to post the other ones